everyone, and welcome to this, the finale of Just Because You Can. The last episode, the last time we will join as teen adventurers, fighting for the city, maybe? Or just fighting in general, as teenagers are wont to do. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, please check out the opening links, if I can spell open, four-letter word, but I struggled with it. You can find there all of our social links, all the places you can find us and interact with us and our community, all of the places you can support us and buy merch and all those good things, and also information about our sponsors, Mage Hand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing, to whom we're very grateful to. Mage Hand Press, of course, make a lot of content for 5e, including expansions, which you can see on Thursdays, and Bird in the Storm Publishing are a writing company that also make modules and such. You can find things on their website. There is also a tweet. I'm not sure if I updated that tweet. Did I update that tweet? I'm going to double check if I updated that tweet, because I've got a funny feeling. No, I did not update that tweet. I did not update the tweet. So that tweet is not correct. Instead, we will update this command. And there is the tweet. Okay, so go and check out the tweet, and tweet the tweet, and we'll very much appreciate it. Thank you. Let's start going around and saying hello to everyone. This week, let's start with Faye at Captain Fakai. Oh, hi, Faye.
Hi. I'm Faye. You can find me on the Twitters at Captain Fakai. In my free time, I also work on another podcast called How the Quest Was Won, which you can find on Twitter at How the Quest. And yet another D&D podcast called Misfits Guide to Adventuring, which you can find at Misfits Guide. Wednesday nights for the last time I'm here doing this. So sad. Maybe next season. And yes, that's it.
You are fantastic. Thank you so much. And it is the last time we do this intro, so thank you. Also, I ended up talking about you the other day and not knowing it. Someone mentioned How the Quest Was Won, and I was like, I know someone who's in How the Quest. Who is it? You know, like...
It's me!
There we go. Next around, let's go to the wonderful A. Kelly Lane.
Oh, hi. I'm Kelly, A. Kelly Lane on Twitter, A. Kelly in chat. I write articles for Scrat's Patreon. I edit stuff for DM's Guild, including volumes 1 and 2, volume 3 coming soon, and the very recently announced Friends, Foes, and Other Fine Folks, which is a volume of diverse NPCs that you can throw in any game. Other than that, I think that's the spiel right now at the end of the season. Oh boy.
Can you give us is it on itch or something, that diverse NPCs thing?
It's a DM's Guild book. It'll be a print on demand and a PDF available sometime in August as soon as the proofs are finished.
Cool. So watch this space. Watch this space, because I'm intrigued, because that sounds amazing. Next around. Oh, hi, Renee.
Hi. I'm Renee. I am on Twitter at RadianR, and I'm gonna probably cry. And I really love this show, and I really love this channel, so you can find me here on Wednesdays. And on Mondays you can find me on Nerd Immersion, and I'll be around after this game for another finale, at which I will also probably cry. So I do a lot of stuff, including streaming and podcasts like Fate and the Fable Maidens, which is family-friendly D&D, and I'm working on pre-production for Edenfall, which is an audio drama adaptation of Eden, which is up next, and I write things. I wrote a piece this week about how it's okay to show my emotions on this channel, and thank God, because I'm gonna cry so much. Love y'all. Let's do this.
We appreciate you, Renee. Last around, let's go to Bonishka. Bonnie.
Hi, I'm Bonishka on Twitter and on Twitch. For the last time, you can find me here on Wednesdays, playing Just Because You Can. I also do a monthly one-shot for DMs and GMs who want to take a break from DMing and want to play a PC. If you're interested in that, it's not streamed yet. It might be eventually, but shoot me a DM on Twitter. Thanks.
Also, congratulations, Bonnie, because going into the finale, you are the only person with an advantage.
Ooh.
You're the only frugal advantage keeper holder. So today, instead of like last episode, I'm gonna do sort of a bigger recap as we go all the way back through time. Picture, if you will, your Marvel-esque cutscenes as we start off with Jillian on the bus looking at the super suppressant advert that had shown up on Instagram for the first time. We cut to Descent just shimmering slightly in the water as they are training for their swimming exercises. Serena driving Alyssa to school and scolding her for forgetting her sandwiches again and giving her lunch money again. We also see Lila on the bus sort of being a little separate from the group, running track and things like that. That first encounter where Alyssa bumps into John Dalkey, Jillian's prom date in the hallway. And we can even look at the flashback where John Dalkey asks Jillian to go to the prom with them, and the cuteness that was Jillian and John in that moment. We see, we see the first time that they did a test for their hero's license, and the flop that it was as the messenger is flung into a wall by the Amazon. Descent and Serena, Descent and the Ascension are using their powers to infiltrate the building. The live NPC sat in the building, which inevitably crumbled, and they ended up having to heal you and themselves and everything else. We stay there as we flash again forward to the next time you did your test, and a water surge destroyed all of the cars, but you successfully stole a card which allowed you access to the library to look up the Demonomicon, which told you information about Scylla and Charybdis, whose names for a second I nearly forgot myself, as they worked on the Straits of Messina. We flash again to Dalkey under the bleachers with Jillian, just telling Jillian that he thinks Alyssa might be a super. We flash forward again as the messenger is researching these things and recounting to everyone else about where their powers could have come from. We flash forward again to the Amazon being missing, Jillian going missing, and Ascension, Descent, and the Messenger hastily seeking after her with Jillian's mother, who went to all of the usual haunts, and their discovery of John Dalkey's online profile, and how he had been researching both Alyssa and Jillian. Flash forward again, Jillian is captured. She's beating up a guard and firing a gun with rubber bullets in a room. Not that she knew they were rubber. As people are restraining her once again and locking her in a facility underground. A facility which she was able to escape. And as Alyssa, Serena, and Lila also infiltrated the facility trying to help her, they all group up and find Dalkey hooked up to a drip, as Alyssa uses her powers once more to try and wreck shit, like back in that second test. John Dalkey's
succeed at wrecking shit.
John Dalkey's father appears, telling Alyssa that he needs him, that he needs John. Alyssa carries John out. Jillian helps everyone else who have found all of the other superheroes, the established licensed superheroes in this facility, seemingly super suppressed, as their powers aren't working and they are in all sorts of different states. They reload them all into a lorry and take them to a hospital, where they start getting unloaded. But the island is being evacuated as the sea is missing. And way out to sea, we see a tidal wave. We see it as Alyssa and Serena step out of the water and have a conversation with Philip Dalkey, who reveals himself to be Poseidon, who wants to take back the land, return it to the sea, or the land dwellers aren't worthy. Are there any scenes of importance that you feel I've missed?
You did great.
That was really good.
You even remembered all of the names,
I did.
which we never do in this show.
First thing.
Yeah. I guess all I needed was more stress than usual, and then there it all comes.
Oh no.
So, the format of this episode isn't going to be like the others. Usually, I set you a problem, and you go about resolving it, and we work through it together, and by the end of the episode, there's some sort of cliffhanger. That's not how today's going to work. My format is different. The problem is already set. You know what the problem is. The problem is that there is a massive tidal wave heading towards Star City, or at least the island section of Star City. The island is mostly evacuated, excepting this hospital, which is currently full of both patients and superheroes who are super suppressed. What would you all like to do?
I believe we were going to try and pep talk John Dalkey.
Oh yes, I do remember how we ended that episode.
Yes.
Get his powers into gear. Come on, John.
Supposed to pep talk him. Spirit fingers. Yes, I'm gonna go pep talk John Dalkey.
Alyssa's gonna lurk.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna go find John Dalkey. Where is he?
He's, you can find John trying to help out as best he can, pushing supers around, putting them into their respective wards where they can, sometimes just stacking them up in the corridors. Thank you very much, Bag of Snails, for that raid. Welcome, raiders. Thank you. You'll find him pushing, perhaps actually Undertow, pushing Undertow towards a children's ward. It's the only space they've got. They're just lining people up wherever they can at the moment. The children are already evacuated, so as a matter of priority.
Hey John, can I talk to you for a second?
He looks guiltily at you.
Okay, just leave him there for 1 second, and then can we talk in this closet, medical closet? You know, they have those closets with all these medical supplies.
You want to talk in the medical closet with me?
Well, there's not a lot of privacy in the hospital except in the medical closet. That's what White's Anatomy tells me on TV.
Okay. I didn't see that one, but I guess I saw Red Wing.
It's really important.
Okay.
And we walk into a medical closet. Alyssa, do you want to come too?
Do you say that to her? She's a few feet behind you.
Yeah, you're lurking in the background.
Lila
She
kind of
looks behind her. Okay.
We all walk into the medical closet and close the door. There's lots of shelves of needles and bandages and just random medical things. Probably a lot of bedpans in a corner or something.
Okay.
And Jillian will sit down on the blanket warmer.
John is stressing out. Okay, he's got his hands in his hair. He's looking at the both and going, "Look, okay, look, I know what I did was wrong, and that I shouldn't have looked up all that information on you both and all the rest of it. But I really wanted to help supers, and my dad was telling me that it was the best way to help, and."
Oh, are we doing this conversation now?
Okay, it's fine. Just take a deep breath. It's okay. It's not about that. Well, it's kind of about your dad, but not about that. So, you know what's going on right now, right? There's like, you know what's going on right now with the superheroes? The end of the world.
The supers are all suppressed and water's about to cascade onto the island. That thing?
Yes.
Yep.
Like a huge tsunami, probably?
But remember when one of us asked you the question, if you could save the world, would you?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so now is your chance, because you can totally save the world.
Okay.
Okay, so you know your, like, superpowers? How your superpower is like the anti-superpower?
No, I don't have superpowers. They just don't work around me.
Well, that's kind of your superpower. You are like totally a super, John Dalkey.
I'm like the opposite of a super.
So when you told me that you were a super fan, was that actually true?
Yeah, I love supers. I really want to, like...
Do you ever want to be a super?
Oh, I can't be a super. Like, can you imagine putting me on a team of supers? Like, hey, enter Dalkey, now no one has powers.
Okay, but you don't necessarily, but you are a super. I'm telling you, you're a super. He's a super, right?
He's
Nudging
totally
Alyssa.
a super.
See?
Can
so in your
we...
superpower is to negate other people's superpowers, which would be super helpful when you're like, when we're around like bad people with superpowers.
Yep.
Can you make a superior roll for me, please? Oh no, actually, or it could be mundane if you're comforting or supporting. It does give a comfort and support. Your choice. Oh, did we lose Faye?
I think so.
If that's just a momentary pause and she'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
It probably, as we open Roll20, we probably overloaded it.
Probably. I can roll for her.
We can wait until she gets back. We can cut the conversation right there, in fact, and pan to Lila. What's Lila up to at the moment?
I forgot to think about that because I was so interested in the pep talk. Lila was really trying to get the pep talk going. She is going to see if there's a way that she can help with the evacuation. Maybe, actually, yeah. And then she's also going to look around for Banff Man if he's still around.
Oh yeah, he's still around. He's helping. He's like grabbing up as many medical supplies as he can and transporting them around the building. Bamfing as much as he can.
Okay. I'd like to grab Banff Man as soon as I can see him. And kind of be like, hey,
Hey.
I know medical supplies and everything, like that's great, and we're trying to evacuate and everything, but can you get to the top of the building and maybe see where the brainwashed superheroes went?
Brainwashed superheroes?
Yeah, the ones with the green glowy eyes.
Ah, yes. As they, because as Poseidon had activated his green eyes, suddenly all of those supers in the lorry, their eyes had opened. Scrat hadn't forgotten about that.
Oops.
So, he says that they just took off.
Yeah, but maybe if we can find them, we can stop them from like terrorizing the city or something like that.
I mean, there's no one around to terrorize, but I suppose we can give it a go.
Oh. That's fair. That's a fair point. I'm just trying to think of like what supers would do at this moment. Like real superheroes. We're supposed to save the world. I can't talk to Poseidon. I can't evacuate people. I'm just trying to figure out. And she kind of like almost like sits down on the curb or a seat close by because she just genuinely doesn't know what to do. She's been looking for something like this and looking for a team, looking for a crisis, but now that she's here, she doesn't know how to handle it.
Would you like to have a go at piercing the mask? Seeing if you can see something useful that you could do at this moment?
Yeah.
It's a mundane roll.
I'm going to use my advantage. How does that work? Do I do it twice?
Just roll twice, we'll take the best one.
Yes. I'm not hoarding it anymore. Oh.
Well, you know, it's a hit. You're right, you can't evacuate people, or at least not quickly, but you said you can't speak to Poseidon. That might not necessarily be true.
Okay. And as that thought occurs to her, that maybe the Poseidon issue isn't just on the shoulders of Ascent and Descent. Ascension, I don't...
Right the second time, Ascension and Descent, yeah.
Ascension and Descent. Okay, got it. Thank you. She'll look around to see if she can find like a bathroom anywhere.
Bathroom?
Yeah, bathroom.
Yeah, sure, you can find toilets. We're in a hospital after all, with their helpful hospital signs.
Mm-hmm. So she's gonna go into the bathroom and try and like plug up the sink and turn on the sink faucets to kind of fill up the bowl.
Okay.
And as soon as it gets like a couple inches, she's just gonna kind of look around and make sure nobody else is in here. Poseidon, are you there?
Make me a superior roll.
We are talking to a god in a ladies' room.
She doesn't know what else to do.
High school weirdness.
I mean, if you're a high school kid and you're having a moment where you need to do some prayer, you go and hide in the bathroom, right? Like, that's where you, like, get your best idea.
Yeah.
It's very Harry Potter, okay? Harry Potter taking a bath, thing in the water. There you go.
There we go.
I British person, never watched Harry Potter, I live it. Okay, so I think we're establishing right now that every time a lady runs to the bathroom and cries out to a god, it's Poseidon that answers them. As Poseidon says, there, everything will be okay. It sounds like the thing they say every time they start up this sort of conversation.
Yeah, you kind of told my friends that it's not going to be okay, and we need to deal with that. So you've given us the problem, but you're also cheating by setting supers loose. That doesn't seem on the up and up. And I feel like there are other gods that we could call in to, I don't know, make judgment on this. And I'm betting you don't want them to be involved. Hello?
Do your worst.
You can bet your butt we will. And once we win, you're going down. And she'll pull the plug out.
And the water drains away.
And then she will she'll run out of the bathroom to the closet where the John Dalkey pep talk is going, and kind of, are we good? Are we good? We got some supers to take care of.
So let's go back inside there. We were gonna have a mundane or superior roll to try and convince Dalkey that he is a super and can do the thing.
All right, I'll roll superior. I am better at that, I think. Oh.
Well, you mean I could like control it?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. You totally could. Like at first I couldn't control like how strong I was and I was like breaking things all the time. And now I've learned to control my strength. Kind of.
Yeah, like 2 days ago, I totally accidentally destroyed a building unintentionally, and today I destroyed a building intentionally.
Yeah, see? Improvement? You could totally learn to control it. I bet if you tried really hard, you could just like put your hands out or something and then shoot your like no super juju onto somebody else.
He puts his hands out exactly the way you described to him.
Okay, not to me though.
Well, how else am I gonna practice?
Okay, well, do you know how long it lasts? Because, like, I kind of need my powers for this.
I haven't got a clue.
Oh, God. Okay.
Do you have your
yeah.
powers now?
Yeah, I do. Just try it.
Oh, no, cold test. I'm not doing anything. Do you have your powers now?
Here, let me try. And she, like, tries to pick up the blanket warmer, which is, like, basically like a big fridge.
It doesn't shift.
Damn it.
No. Alyssa will try and just like send some droplets out from her fingers just to see.
Yeah, they go a little bit drippy sandcastle.
Yeah.
Okay. John, I need you to rein in those powers, because you're, like, transmitting powers everywhere right now. Rein them in. Just
How?
Okay. I don't know what Jillian's experience is, but I have often found that my abilities tie to the emotions I'm feeling. You have to have some level of confidence, John, or else nothing's going to happen. What are you feeling right now?
And he immediately starts like walking backwards and like pacing and I'm feeling like you both hate me because I stalked you.
Okay, we can talk about that later, but I don't hate you.
I don't really feel like he means to talk about it later, Jillian. I feel like we've got to sort this out now.
Okay, I don't hate you, but...
And at that point, that's when Lila's knock comes on the door.
Okay.
Okay, can we have like 1 second? 1 second.
Yep, okay.
Important things are happening.
You got it.
So from outside the door, Lila knocks and just hears, "Can we have 1 second? Important things are happening in here." Got it. Okay.
Yeah. No. I don't hate you either.
But I feel like we may, go in different directions.
I just want to say that I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to do, I just wanted to help. And I thought I was helping, and I wasn't. And then I was, like, stuck. And then people started offering me money, and I knew it was wrong, and I said no. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, yes, let's talk about our feelings in this closet. I was hurt because I thought you wanted to be my friend, because I haven't had friends in a pretty long time. Just because I didn't want the world to end. So It was nice for someone to treat me normally. And when I realized that there were ulterior motives, I was sad.
Right. I really did want to be your friend. Not just because you were a super, I thought you were really cool.
I thought you made good sandwiches. You do make good sandwiches.
And you are gonna help
Yeah.
with your powers.
You can help.
Mm-hmm.
And when this is all over, maybe, and the school is not destroyed, and the city is not destroyed, and we all survive, and we save the world, we can sit down at lunch and practice having a normal conversation again.
That sounds great. And Jillian, I'm sorry I did the same to you. I really do like you, and I'm really excited to go to the prom with you and everything. I just, when the water bottle thing happened, and the Jillian's a super, Jillian is not cool sort of thing. Jillian is boring thing happened. My dad asked me to just look into it, and I didn't think it'd hurt.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, John. I think it's kind of... I liked you too, but I think that maybe we should go to the prom with different people.
Oh.
I've discovered a lot about myself, and I think that, I should probably expand my thoughts beyond just like cheerleading and boys and football players. Because, I realized after all of this that I actually can do some cool stuff, and I'm kind of smart, and I didn't know that about myself. So I think I want to focus on me for a while.
Jillian's not that boring.
Yeah, I found out that I wasn't that boring.
You really are super.
And you are too.
Okay, I don't feel so scared now.
Good. That is a good place to start. We can always figure out prom stuff later.
I agree. So, I think what Alyssa was saying about her emotions was right. When I was like really angry or like had a lot of emotions, my powers would just kind of spark. But then if I was like calm, I could like rein it in. So, do you feel more calm?
I feel more calm. I just kind of feel sad.
Okay.
Can you use your powers now?
I'm gonna do the same thing and try and pick up the
Yeah.
blanket warmer.
Up it goes. Your fingers flow like a stream.
No,
Nice.
Droopy Sandcastle, yay!
Okay. Now try it where you like envision all the power and you direct it through your hands and you direct it right at me. I'm still holding the thing, by the way.
Yeah, and he's just like putting his hands out. You're still holding the thing. There's no change.
Okay. Envision your powers inside of you and then envision it coming out of your hands. Breathe in and just let it flow.
I'm sorry, this never happens.
John, do you believe you can do this? John, I need you to believe you can do this.
I don't know. And as he says I don't know and his voice quavers and he starts to sound scared again, Jillian, your arm shakes.
Okay, all right. It's definitely working right now.
Did I do that?
Yeah. And I think I'll put the thing back down before I drop it.
I mean, you just sort of wobbled a little bit, is that?
Yes, definitely. I definitely felt a little bit weaker.
I've only just looked at Zoom chat and realized there's 49 messages in there. Dear God.
So maybe when you're really scared, your powers work?
I mean, you guys were completely shut off when I thought you were both going to kill me in here.
What?
Okay. What?
Well, I mean, come on, you're supers, and you found out that I was stalking to you, and, you know, supers
We're
sort out problems,
supers,
right?
We're not murderers. Dear
Well-
God.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna like kill you. I was like about to go to the prom with you. I'm not just gonna go from like not going to the prom with you to killing
You
you.
know,
My
then-
lord.
I picked
And
up on the fact you didn't want to go with me anymore, and I thought you might, you know, I don't know.
Well, this is a really good thing because you
God,
know
I don't
who's
think
really
you're that
scary? You know who's really scary is the guy who's controlling the seas out there and wants to make a tidal wave to come down onto the ocean. So if you're scared of him, maybe if you walk outside and like push out your fear, maybe you'll take away his powers.
Yeah, dear old dad.
Yeah, dude, your dad's not cool.
Yeah, go figure. I'm learning this.
I mean, he was kind of distant, but he was nice to me. Always made sure I had the latest stuff, like PlayNation 4.
Yeah, I met my dad.
I think Jillian's gonna like elbow her and be like, don't mention that she's also your dad. It's weird.
Sorry.
Okay. She's gonna come over and she's gonna do like one of those like football things that men do where they come and they like grab their head and they like put their heads together. And she's like, John, you got this. You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, I got this.
You got this.
Yeah. Like, he's responding to the
Yeah.
football stuff well. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll give him like as we're walking out, I'm gonna give him one of those encouraging butt slaps that like coaches
The athletic butt slap. Yep. Got it.
athletic encouraging butt slap that like coaches give to their
Alyssa blushes.
and then I'm like, oh, I really didn't mean to do that. There's an awkward moment.
Oh, he's so awkward as well. Like, he sort of like just freezes for a second and like looks at you like, what does this mean, face?
And then I open the door and I walk out. No response.
Alyssa looked at John Ducky's butt.
And for a second, Alyssa and John Dalkey are left alone in the closet as Jillian hastily leaves.
I'm just gonna
Uh,
like.
Should I
Yeah.
hold the door?
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Whatever. She's like trying to kind of like inch around him and not make eye contact.
He's like holding. He like opens the door and like holds it, eyes down.
Thanks. Cool.
Thanks.
I really just need you to know, I don't hate you enough to kill you.
Have you walked through the door yet?
Working on it.
He might close the door again.
Okay.
Like, really? Because I feel like I really fucked up.
Okay. You did. a bit, but it's gonna be fine. Like, I don't know, sometimes we fuck up. I destroyed my sister's car and it wasn't okay, but it's gonna be okay. You know?
I really liked how much you like my sandwiches.
Thanks, I guess. I was serious that, like, maybe we could have just a normal conversation when this is all done. One that's not, like, super related, or it could be sandwich related. Sandwiches are okay. Normal topic. I mean, we could still talk super stuff. That I feel like this is kind of life-changing right now, so...
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had a normal conversation before. That was good, right?
Yeah, like, maybe start there again, and
I really did like that, okay? Sure, I was like... You know, I was looking for information on you, and just the more I found out, you know, the more interesting you were, and then it kind of became a bit of an obsession.
that is, not a good thing to say to a girl, ever.
No, I don't mean like that. Like, I just mean I did want to be your friend. I wasn't just talking to you because of the super stuff. If I was just doing it for the super stuff, I would have kept my distance. I really did want to be your friend.
I did not hate the idea of being your friend. I still don't.
At this point, Lila probably knocks again because Jillian's come out and she's waiting for everyone else.
So when Jillian comes out and sees Lila, but Alyssa and John don't follow you,
Alyssa knocks back.
Okay, but all right. And she'll kind of turn to Jillian.
Hey,
Nothing happened.
we should probably go. They probably think we're like, you know.
Yeah, that, yep. Alyssa turns very red again, and, kind of steps aside.
John's hand moves towards the door handle. Like, slowly opens the door. Like, turns the handle and starts opening it. Thank you.
Yeah. We got this, okay?
I don't know if you do try, but if you were trying to do anything with your fingers at the moment, you can't. Which is a terrible sentence out of context, but when you know about your powers, it becomes much less terrible.
The whole exchange is too many double entendres. Don Delphi, this never happened.
Yeah, Alyssa just kind of pats his shoulder and then walks out of the closet.
John follows. Serena, where have you been since you returned?
Meanwhile, I think Serena is doing a couple of the logical mum of the group things, like texting hers and Alyssa's parents to tell them that they're safe and out of Star City. texting Maddie to get out of Star City.
Yeah, you get an instant, as soon as your phone call, as soon as, like, you turn your phone on, like, 30 missed calls and, a bunch of messages, most of which are from Maddie. Who did we lose now? Bonnie.
Bonnie. We're just taking turns today.
Yeah, most of which, musical chairs, most of which are from Maddie asking you to let her know where you are. And as soon as you start texting back, if you do still decide to text, she's gonna call.
Oh, crap. Serena ignored her phone call last week. She'll pick up the phone.
Valley Girl, right?
Yeah.
Serena, I've been trying to get hold of you.
I know. I've been really busy. I'm working on another story for the paper about the missing water.
The
I'm
missing
sorry I didn't
water?
call back. Have you not turned on the news?
Well, yeah, I'm out of Star City, but, like, shouldn't you be getting out as well?
Yeah, I'm safe. I'm at the hospital taking statements from people and who are evacuating right now. But
At the hospital? Haven't they evacuated yet?
They're moving slowly because of the random surge of patients. But I'll be fine. I've got a quick way out.
Okay, I'm really worried about you.
I know. I know you're worried. I promise I'm okay though. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely on my way out of Star City. I'll be out by tonight.
Okay, good. Good. I've got some inside info that they think this thing's gonna strike in 20 hours or so. So getting out tonight is good. And see, I've got plenty of time to get out.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, great. Yeah, I'm just finishing up the yearbook stuff, actually. I thought I'd take this opportunity while it's quiet to, like, get everything done, but I'll definitely drive back when I'm done.
No, don't drive back. Just I'll meet you out at the, or I'll call you when I'm out of the city. I'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah, she's telling you she's still at the school.
Oh, I thought she said she left already.
No, she said she'll be leaving by tonight.
No, you have to leave tonight. The
Yeah,
roads are gonna be terrible. It's gonna take you forever to get out of.
I'll just finish off the last few bits. Like, it's nearly done. There's no one around. I've got amazing internet right now.
I can relate to wanting to have that. I get it, but I'm sure your dad is worried. I'm sure he's really busy. You should make sure that you and mom get out of town. And I'd really appreciate if somebody, kept an eye on my parents and made sure that they got out of town too, since we're separated from each other, right? So you could go help them leave.
What? Look after people? I'm not like a super or anything. Have you seen any supers? I haven't seen any since this whole event. I thought they'd be helping with the evacuation. I haven't seen a single licensed super.
That's one of the articles I'm working on, or one of the stories I'm working on, trying to figure out where they all went. There's probably some other catastrophe somewhere else that they got called away to. I'm sure they'll be back.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm really worried about you, and it'd make me feel a lot better if you weren't at the school and if you were getting out of town.
I'm worried about you too, and it'd make me feel good if you left the hospital and started getting out of town too. Why don't we meet up now? We could get out together. We can, like, your car got wrecked, right? You haven't got a replacement,
yeah,
so you can use mine.
I've got a ride. Maddie, I have to stay. have to finish what I'm doing here. It's really important, and you just have to trust me.
Can I come and help? Like, we've worked together on stories for years.
It would take you too long to get here. I promise. I just want you to be safe. And I promise I'm safe. I'm fine. I'll be fine.
Okay, well, I trust you.
Thank you.
Look, I'll literally finish this paragraph and get in my car and go, okay?
Thank you. Let me know when you're out of town, okay?
I'll not only let you know when I'm out of town, I'll let you know when I get to the bridge, I'll let you know when I'm over the bridge, I'll let you know when I'm at my aunt's.
Perfect.
But you let me know too, okay?
Yeah, I will. I'll keep you updated.
You've been really distant recently, and I know the other day was amazing, and I'm really looking forward to, like, doing more with that, like, but you've been really distant, and it would be great if you could just keep me updated.
I will do my best. Like I said, I'm gonna finish this story, and then I'll should be heading out too.
Okay. Don't be a hero though, okay? They're licensed to do that.
Yeah, if they ever show up. I really gotta go. Let me know how things go. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. So, which way around do we think it will go? Do we think Serena walks in to meet everyone else, or everyone else walks out to meet Serena?
I think Serena is also gonna try and contact the paper because she wants them to like push the whole like don't trust the supers thing because she saw them all get glowing green eyes and she wants to send some of the photos, but she'd probably send it in like an email with like photo attachments.
Okay.
So she'd probably be like typing that up and sending the photo attachments to the newspaper.
Okay, so the rest of you will leave the hospital then as Serena is still completing this, I think.
Yeah. Alyssa's like kind of walking with an awareness of where John is walking.
Vague.
Thanks, I'm real good at this.
Yeah, John is kind of walking equidistant from both you and Jillian.
Jillian does not know where John is walking and very focused on going wherever she's going.
Jillian's got her priorities straight.
She's learned a lot.
Leslie steps out of the hospital as well and starts walking towards you. Okay, so how can I help? What's the plan?
I don't know if we have a plan right just yet. But I found you could talk to Poseidon through the bathroom sink. So I was wondering if there's a way we could talk to another god who maybe has have a stake in this.
Talk to Poseidon? That's crazy talk, eh?
Yeah, you'd think so.
I'll remind you all that Leslie doesn't know any of you are supers at the moment.
Except we're all wearing super suits.
Oh!
I think she
Oh.
does.
Now.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well,
of
everyone
course.
except for Jillian is wearing a suit.
Yes.
Even I'm wearing my super suit now.
Oh no, you are.
First time.
So, okay, so that does change things. So are you masked or not?
Yes.
Yes.
I am
Yeah.
masked.
So we'll say that she has no idea who you really are, but I don't know how you all got to avoid the super plague or whatever it is, but I'm real grateful.
Didn't? I assume we're all together now.
Yeah.
Sorry, dogs. Wasn't list or ascent or descent. Sorry.
Something with a sound in there.
Weren't you feeling weird and didn't we just dump a bunch of water on you and it figured you out or whatever? Could we
Yeah.
try that with some of them?
I don't know. I mean, they're not water based necessarily. Honestly, I feel like Alyssa looks over to John, who is like still wearing normal clothes and looks very normal. I feel like we should just throw John at him. Not literally.
So, we kind of have a plan. Hold on. Jillian has like a superhero voice, which I think is just Faye and not Valley Girl. So we have a plan, which is that John is the super suppressant, the super suppressor.
We're workshopping names.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never gonna top Banff Man, so.
He can be dampened, man.
The dampener.
The
Yes.
dampener.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
moistenator.
No.
No.
No, I'm vetoing that one. No.
We have found that he can direct his powers, and so if we find Poseidon, we could potentially use him to dampen Poseidon or suppress Poseidon's powers.
Well, what do we do about the green-eyed rest of the supers?
Well, presumably that would be Poseidon's powers, so dampening his abilities might break that bond.
I mean,
It's our hope.
Okay, well, so how do we find him? Well, I mean, last time we found him, we just went into the middle of the water.
Well, I think that's our best bet, is to walk in front of the tidal wave.
Okay, well, how can I help you?
Are there more people that need to be evacuated?
Well, I mean, there's all the supers and all the rest of it. I don't know why she ends up being Scottish.
She was Canadian, right?
So she was Irish.
Was she Irish?
A little bit of everything.
Just be every woman.
I can.
So instead of forgetting everybody's names today, we're forgetting everybody's voices.
I've always struggled with Leslie's accent, to be honest. I tried to do Canadian for the first time, and it ended up being Irish, Scottish, you name it.
We did say she looked kind of like Merida, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
we could go with Scottish, I guess.
I'll try and stick to the Canadian, but it may end up being Scottish. Well, I could start driving truckloads of them out, eh? Out.
Out.
That would be very helpful.
Yes.
Very helpful.
All right. Well, I'll get on that then.
Thanks, noble citizen.
Who we definitely don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is she like?
Oh.
Alyssa turns to the group and just says, "Are we seriously walking?"
versus what?
No, I mean, we should just get started if we are.
Can Bamfman Bamf us there? Bamfman?
I've never tried to bamf a person. Well, except for that one time when you were falling down the tunnel.
And me.
And you. I mean, okay, yeah, I could... It's a long way that... Okay, yeah, I could do it.
Well,
Okay.
And you can
if
bamf
could do-
anyway, just differently.
You don't have to bamf everyone. Some of
Yeah.
us can get there.
It's pretty much just Amazon.
Yeah, and John.
John. Yep.
All right, let's go.
I can try it too.
All
It
right.
might work.
If you bamf me and he bamfs John, then we'll all get there.
Got it.
All
Okay,
right, ready?
So, like...
Wait.
Looks like we got a nerf round!
Before we all bamf out, Lila's gonna grab like a little scrap of paper from some prescription pad or something that she can find, scribbles on a note in it, and run over to the truck and kind of stick it in the driver's seat for Leslie to find.
Okay. And thank you very much, Raiders, for that raid. Welcome, Ascension Stories. Matt and Sarah, thank you very much for the raid. You're so appreciated. Did you have more there, Lila? Sorry.
Nope, that's it.
That's it?
The note just says, "You're a hero," and just leaves it in the seat for her to find. That's all.
Oh.
Descent and Ascension should go find that glass of water that Lila was yelling into earlier.
yeah,
Oh,
I think
That was the sink, though. She let all that water run
sink.
down the drain.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. So I guess the sisters would head to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay, sisters head to the bathroom together, of course.
Go in packs.
Bamf sort of like turns to you, Lila, and says, "I don't know what's going on."
They're gonna bamf themselves.
No, I can't do it.
Wait,
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to bamf and it's not working.
Okay.
John looks very guilty.
Okay. Don't be afraid of him.
I'm not
He
afraid of
actually-
him. I'm afraid of where we're going. Okay, hang
Okay.
on.
the
we got
beach.
this. I'm a
There's nothing
warrior.
afraid of the beach.
I'm an athlete. A warrior. I'm an
Yeah,
athlete.
you got this. You got this. Remember, you got this. No butt slap this time. But I do grab his head. You got this. Focus.
As you
focus.
do that, he starts like
Here.
moving his butt like away from you, like like preemptively, like. And as you do it, Bamfman bamfs and John disappears with him.
Cool. Well, that's them. They're good. Okay. I guess take my hand.
Yep.
Okay. Never done this before. And she tries to bamf. Follow Bamf Man.
Sure. Unleash your powers. Doesn't work for a second. Or maybe you teleport, but Jillian doesn't.
Probably that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jillian like opens her eyes and she's like,
Am I on the beach?
You're not on the beach. If you followed Bamfman, he's on a roof. And he needs a sight line to get where he wants to go, so he went for
That's
a
right.
roof to see the beach.
That's right.
And he's standing on the roof with John, who is clinging to him.
Cute.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Can you take two people?
I can go back, but John, you've really gotta, like, snap together, dude. It's just a height, okay? Like, you're not falling. It's okay.
Okay, John, you've got this. She tries to like imitate Jillian, but she is not like getting up in his face.
Or slapping his butt.
Or she didn't see that. But yeah.
Give me a minute, okay? Just give me a minute. And he's gonna go and, like, sit against, like, this wall, like, for a moment and just, like... And a short while later, Bamf Man can bamf back down to the car park. Jillian, he doesn't give you any warning. He just, like, appears and, like, wraps arms and legs around you from behind and then bamfs with you, and you're on the roof.
Ah!
Sorry.
She appears on the roof screaming.
As you appear on the roof screaming, John's just like, ah!
I grab him so he doesn't fall over. And then I pick Bamf Man off of my shoulder and put him back down.
Oh yeah, he would have let go as soon as, like, he would have, like, bamfed and let go of you and bamfed, like, elsewhere, you know, like, or tried to, but sort of, like, just ends up falling off of you because John's power kicks in again.
Can you please give people warning before you do that?
We're using super voices up here? Sure, sorry about that. I thought time was of the essence.
I don't know, I was just using it in case there were citizens around. It's probably deserted, right?
On the roof?
Yeah.
It will take a couple of minutes for John to calm down, but eventually you can all bounce down to the beach. However, let's follow Alistair and Serena, because with all of these shenanigans, I feel like they'll probably get there first.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a moment where they're both just like staring down into a toilet, like.
Yes.
Well, actually, it's the first time they've had alone to talk for a little while as well.
Yes.
Why don't we follow them as they walk back to the bathroom? Find out what happens in these girl trips to the bathroom.
I feel like as they're walking to the bathroom, they walk in very silent, in like dead, like awkward silence. And then when they're both staring at this toilet together, like getting up the oomph.
Yeah. They're both just like looking down and knowing what's coming next and just regretting everything.
I asked Maddie to go to prom with me.
Whoa.
And I figured if we died today, I didn't want to die without telling my sister that I have a prom date.
You like Maddie.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I knew. It's just like, you never said anything, and I didn't want to ask.
I know. I figured you figured.
I'm
I
glad
just-
I like Maddie.
I do too. Yeah, so that's what that was.
Gosh, we really need to keep the school from getting destroyed so we can go to prom, huh? I mean, you and Maddie can go to prom. I'm not going to prom.
I mean, you just said we. Who's the we? Do you have a prom date?
No,
Are you
I
planning on having a
don't.
prom date?
I
I think you
don't
should
have
have a
a-
prom
I-
date.
Don't have a prom date.
Are you sure?
Yep. Yep. I just... I don't know. There might be someone I could or would go with, maybe.
We might die today. I think you should probably admit to me and yourself who you might ask to prom.
I've just said I don't like him for so long now.
Mm.
admitting it to myself seems like a really big ask, and admitting it to him seems like a bigger one.
Did you at least tell him
A
that she
lot
likes
of-
the sandwiches?
I did say that I liked your sandwiches. And it felt
I mean,
really
that's a start.
awkward.
I mean, baby steps.
He's done so many.
He's kind of a butt, but
He's kind of a butt. And he's made a lot of bad decisions, and decisions that hurt me. And then when he was in trouble, he was pretty much all I could think about.
well, that says something, I think. And and I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta go with your gut and trust yourself.
I haven't trusted myself in a very long time.
Oh, I'm aware. Well, people make mistakes sometimes, and it's, I've made a lot of mistakes. You give them a second chance, right? And especially when they're stupid and they're 16.
Do you think he's worth giving a second chance?
I mean, if he keeps feeding you, then I don't have to keep giving you lunch money, so that's a win for me.
Ulterior motives. I see what this is, sister of mine.
Hey, I'm not going to be getting tips anymore.
No, it's honest. It's honest. Thank you for your honesty. I don't know. Maybe if we save the world, that'll make me feel better enough about everything that's happened to say something more than just about sandwiches.
That's some good motivation to save the world, I guess. Or maybe in your case to not. Let's not think about that.
Yeah, let's not. We still have to think about jumping through this toilet. Hey,
Well.
Serena.
Yeah?
I'm really happy about you and Maddie. And thanks for telling me.
On 3,
1,
2.
3. We jumped through the toilet.
Scott, you're muted.
And it's just like any other water that you have dove through, but you can't help but feel when you get to the beach a little dirty, even though there's nothing... You know when there's nothing wrong with something, but you immediately feel dirty? Like, there are no insects on you. Who feels itchy now? That sort of thing.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Kelly.
Yep. We're there. Ta-da!
And next to arrive...
And we look around and no one else is there.
Huh.
Yeah, next to arrive is Bamfman and John, probably shortly followed by the messenger. Who seems to use Bamfman as a guide, right? Like you follow his actions quite often. Is that what would happen?
Yeah, she feels like she's still learning from him.
Yeah. And then he bamfs back, and soon he's back with Jillian. This time he doesn't grab you behind your shoulder. He goes, are you ready to bamf?
Yeah. I guess I'm ready.
He takes your hand and pulls you in for a hug sort of thing, and then bamfs in the hug.
Jillian's not hugging him.
I need contact, okay?
How much contact? Can't you just like hold my hand or something? Hold my elbow?
What if I just bamf your arm?
Okay, I didn't realize that was a thing that could happen. Now I'm really scared.
Well, at least you don't suppress powers when you're scared, and like he just grabs you and bamfs you.
Alyssa goes to stand casually and chilly over by John once he arrives. Like a foot away. So, still space. Room for Jesus.
He notices.
Cool.
Serena also notices.
I think everyone notices. Okay, God.
You get a message from Maddie, Serena.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on a roll, just one more paragraph.
No, like she checks her back out. No. I have to leave. You are stressing me out. Please, for me. I know you won't do it for yourself. Bye.
Okay, I'll finish the last paragraph in the car.
Thank you. Lowercase letters.
You're at the beach. You can see the tidal wave way back. You can also see a line of green at its base. And one glowing green in the water from this distance. I assume you teleported to the beach, right? And not just straight to the water? Like a rock pool or something like that?
Yeah, we could have if we discussed that, yeah. Especially since Bamfman can only travel as far as they can see. Seems logical to me.
Okay.
Alyssa and Serena pop back up, and there's just like a little crab on one of them from like this little rock pool. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh no, you went through the toilet and now you've got crabs.
Not true. You can't get crabs from sitting on toilet.
Faye.
That's a PSA right there.
I'm so glad that our PSAs have become so informational. Okay.
So what's the plan? Says Bamfman.
Well,
What?
we go find Poseidon.
And then what?
I have a few ideas.
Yeah. If he's out in the water, then some of us can't do anything about that.
I mean, do we just like throw John at him? That seems to not have worked for us a lot of times.
I mean, I'm not underestimating Jillian's ability to actually throw John, but I don't recommend it.
We could all just go and walk up to them, and depending on how scared John is, you know, he'll just super suppress all of them.
Hang on a minute, is the plan to make me terrified?
I bet you we could make you
No.
scared enough.
No.
But, you know,
Alyssa, just
Undertow is really scary.
Boo.
Gives you a flat look. But then looks at Serena and goes, okay, the way you said no, that was terrifying. That sounded like a lie.
We don't even know if the other supers are with Poseidon.
They're all standing down there with green eyeballs.
Oh.
Wait, are they standing on the beach or are they standing like way out?
They're standing like
You
on the
just see
tidal
a
wave.
line of green. You can see a couple of them start to fly.
I have a few ideas.
Okay, let's hear them.
Not going to share them.
Cool, great teamwork.
I'm sorry.
I have a question for the group because I don't want to make a moral decision for all of us.
Okay.
What are our... We're about to go fight supers. what are our thoughts about dead supers? Because if we can't make them stop in a more traditional fashion, we may have to stop them.
I just need them in the water. I don't think we need to kill them. I don't think we should.
Okay, I can put some people in the water, not all of them at the same time, but maybe 2 at a time.
Yeah.
I could try bamfing people again. Or pushing them. I mean, I could try.
Well, Messenger, they might chase you, so if you just end up in the water and let them come after you.
That's true. I could use my small size as, I don't know, come and get me, I'm easy to get. Psych!
And then just poof away.
Yeah.
You're also a really fast runner.
Yeah, how could I forget that?
You did cross-country run all the way to the Dalkey mansion.
Yep. I totally remembered that.
Okay, get him into the water at all costs. Try not to kill anybody.
Yeah. We're trying to save the world. I think we should stick to that.
Let's do this. Water on 3. And she'll put her hand out in the center again and wait for everyone to put their hands on top.
Alyssa's the first one to do it.
Jillian will also do it.
Serena will too.
Bamfman
And then
comes,
give Bamfman a look.
Bamfman comes in on top and looks at Serena. Kind of knowingly.
Alyssa
And last one is gone.
Yep. Stares at John Dalkey until he gets over here and puts his hand in the circle.
He comes over and puts his hand like he does a sort of limp hand on top.
I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, water.
Water.
Better, need a better cheer. Let's go.
Wind picks up on the beach. Wind starts whipping around. Whirling dervishes start picking up along the sand. One of the supers is coming closer.
Can we please have dramatic hair blowing in the wind?
You bet you can have dramatic hair blowing in the wind.
This is a life experience I've always wanted to have.
Is this super flying or walking towards us?
They are sort of drifting towards you atop a dervish themselves.
Sorry, what's a dervish?
Oh, it's like a small hurricane.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Are they, like, how close are they?
They are approaching quickly. They're going to be here within 1 round. You can each take 1 action before they arrive.
Can I bamf up to them and try to, like, knock them off balance?
Sure thing, yeah. Unleash your powers.
Yes.
I'm gonna ready my action to pick them up and throw them into the water as soon as they fall off.
Let's do this. I got a 7.
Okay, with a 7, you can bamf right to them and you can knock into them. But they aren't going to. They're not going to fall down. They're going to also reciprocate. So as you sort of like knock them back, they also can direct this wind towards you. For a moment, you get a full look at their face. Thank you, Rock, for the donation. I'll assume that is an advantage for everyone, but please confirm it. You can see their face. It's just like their pupils are just bright green and glowing. Their normal features look otherwise the same, although somewhat blank. And you can tell this is, in fact, Hurricane. The super that I definitely named right before this second. And they're going to knock you back as well.
Okay.
Lissa is going to put her game face on, which is a move that she got at her last advancement and has used before. She just used her infinite powers to do it. It's settling in now. It's becoming one of her things. And she sets her mind on a confrontation with Daddy Dearest and starts just marching towards the water, leaving her team to take care of this part of the problem.
Sure thing. You can start walking. I wonder what this track sounds like. Let's do it. So you can start walking towards the water, and Lila is now locked in battle with Hurricane. How about the rest of you? You can see other supers heading this way as well, including, of course, the Incredible Bulk, who is running towards you with their overweight limbs, almost gorilla-like, as they run towards you.
I'm going to take on the Incredible Bulk.
Wait, Alyssa's going to come back. She forgot something important that she has to take with her.
Okay.
Gotta take the Dalk.
Yeah, that one.
So
She just
Jillian,
comes back and grabs him by the hand and then marches off again.
we're holding hands. Jillian, you rush towards the Incredible Bulk because the Incredible Bulk is rushing towards you. They're gonna raise a fist as they get close, ready to strike you down. How would you like to act?
So I think I'm going to parry the blow. Actually, no, I'm gonna like dodge out of it, but in like one of those moves where you like dodge, but then like push him back at the same time.
Sure thing. Give me a unleash your powers, or danger, directly
Okay.
engage, one or the other.
Ooh, I think I like danger better. So I'm gonna do that one.
Mood though. Oh yeah, how
Ooh.
does it happen? What happens? You tell me.
It's almost like she's taking a page out of like all these water benders books, and it's very it's like a very fluid motion where like he comes and like tries to punch her and she like dodges out of the way and then like sweeps his legs out from under him.
Yeah, and the bulk hits the floor. The ground shakes as he does so. He must weigh like a ton or something. It's an incredible bulk. And okay, Lila. Who else is moving this way? Undertow was back at the hospital. Chaotic Neutral was back at the hospital. White Spider. White Spider is also coming your way using their agility and long jumping abilities.
I'm still fighting Hurricane, and now White Spider's coming.
My bad. I meant Serena.
I think Serena would just like dig deep, and she can like manipulate water, so she's gonna try and basically pull the water from whatever puddles are around them and basically try and make like a cyclone, like one of the ones that's like made out of water, mirroring what Hurricane is doing, and have it try and push White Spider back and at least get them soaking wet.
Sure thing. So they're running towards you. Looks like they're going to try some sort of, they've got a lot of height, so they're going to do some acrobatics, maybe do some jump spinning stuff. You can unleash your powers or directly engage, up to you.
No, I'm going to unleash my powers. A 9?
On a 9, you're going to take a hit as well. So, like, as the water connects, maybe their foot spins out and strikes you, maybe knocking you back or knocking you off balance. But the water, it does still work. You still hit them and they go flying backwards. There's no initiative in this game at the minute. These are the opponents you have ahead of you. Alyssa is ignoring them and rushing on towards the rest of the towards Daddy Dearest with Delky. Bamfman will be helping you out. So Bamfman will, as you knock Hurricane one way, Bamfman bamps behind them and knocks them back towards you.
Yeah, I'd like to teleport out and see if I can like lure them out over the ocean without maybe them super noticing that. And then if I can get them there, I'll like hopefully connect with Bamfman enough so that we'll know that as soon as they're over the water, one of us is going to bamf above them and kind of smash them into it. That's what I really like to do.
Totally do that. Give me another unleash your powers or danger.
Can I use a superior as provoking someone?
If you would like to, it would be less. It would be less actiony if you do that. It would be more like convincing them.
Okay, then I'll just unleash my powers. Thanks.
Please, thanks. Unleash powers. Great.
Cool.
Full hit, so it works. How does this work? What happens?
I was able to like communicate with Bamfman, and we both team up, so we're coming from the same direction. So the water's behind us. One of us will bamf up close and kind of knock them, and bamf right back out, and then the next one. So they're just trying to come and get us. And as soon as they're out over the water, it looks like maybe 3 feet. We both kind of lock eyes, bamf together above, and just let our whole weight just fall on them so that they splash down.
Okay, you 100% do that. They fall into the water. As they fall into the water, at a moment, they just sort of like, moments later, they just sort of like are standing with the green still in their eyes, dripping.
Yep. So I'll kind of call over my shoulder. Descent, we got one in the water, now what?
Keep going!
Oh, okay. Okay,
Is the Incredible Bulk also in the water? Like when I knocked him back and he fell over?
Yeah, on a full hit? Hell yeah! You can have, like, Fi kicked him halfway across the ocean for all I care. Yeah, you sent him flying.
Sounds good.
I think what Serena is going to be trying to do, as long as there's nobody like right next to her, is instead of trying to kind of push all of, it seems like the others are trying to push the supers back into the water, Serena is going to try and pull the edge of the whatever is holding back the water, and she's going to try and fight it and pull it closer, like pull the water back to where it's supposed to be.
Maybe that's why you were the only one that didn't get a full hit, because you can feel Poseidon opposing you.
Yeah, because they'd be fighting for control over the water.
Yeah. Okay, Alyssa, as you're going, John sort of says, look, can't we run or something?
Yeah,
me-
I think as they started out, they were fighting the hurricane's winds a little bit. So after that, they can absolutely pick up pace.
How athletic is Alyssa?
She's a swimmer, so
True, she
Pretty.
is. So she should be reasonably good at running, right?
yeah.
That's how that works. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you two can start Baywatching.
Yeah, okay.
You still holding hands?
Just not in slow motion. Sure. Alyssa hasn't let go.
John's gripping quite tightly.
Okay, then they're still holding hands for sure. Try to make it to the big water and whoever is waiting there.
You can get a distinct distance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can get a distinct distance. And you can get there, not all the way there, but you can get really close. You can see that he is holding back a whole bunch of reserve supers. You can see the Revengers there, with, Balverine, Bumblebee, there's Red Jacket, and Captain Puerto Rico.
Yay. Can he look like Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Sorry?
Can he look like Lin-Manuel Miranda, please?
Sure.
Yes.
Maybe Amazing Man is there.
Yeah. The amazing man is there.
As well as Copper Man.
Yes. Yes. Copperman's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagle Beak. Can Eagle Beak be there?
Eagle Beak.
Sure thing.
We could just do this for the rest of the
We could. This could be the rest of the thing.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
Thunder Husband.
Are they like along the edge of the water though?
Yeah, they're definitely being held back in reserve.
Okay, that's good enough. John, moment of truth.
Yep.
Is Poseidon there in the middle?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And
Hey,
he's now
hey.
wearing his suit again and his Philip Dalkey face.
We've got this, okay? No matter what he looks like. No matter who he is,
John stops. Yeah.
we've got this.
John stops and turns to you and goes, okay, but like, what's our plan? I know you don't want to tell the others, but can you tell me?
Can you suppress his abilities, or if you could suppress his abilities, or at minimum his control over the other heroes, I can go from there.
Okay, like...
No, the water. Wait, the water. It's got to be the water. Take away his control of the water as much as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
He like tells me, look, there seems to be like fear that drives this, right? That gives my powers things, right?
Seems like.
His other hand fumbles for your other hand.
Okay.
Will you go to the prom with me? Don't answer! And he just runs off.
Boy moves quickly.
Okay. Alyssa keeps blinking, but readies herself for whatever this is gonna be.
Hey, you are the most distracting person. Okay, so yes, he starts running ahead of you.
Okay, Alyssa is kind of reaching out tentatively for the water and waiting for it to like tend towards her rather than Poseidon. Like she's waiting for that feeling that she's got it. And relying on John for that.
Sure thing. We'll go back to our other supers. How's it going back there? Narratively, you tell me, how are these fights going? So we've got the incredible bulk that's been knocked over into the water, but they're getting back up. Does Jillian consider them wet and therefore watered down, or are they pressing the attack?
Jillian is definitely anyone who's been knocked down into the water gets another crack to the skull, and hopefully they pass out.
Damn. Unleash your powers for me. Or... No, they're already half down, so this will be an unleash your powers, not a danger.
Okay. So like a freak, right?
Yeah.
It's a 12. Jillian's in rare form today.
She is. Do you see the incredible bulk like trying to get back up? Clearly surprised that this small teenage girl knocked him flying. And is like getting up, and as you approach and just crack him on the back of the head, like
it's just like a punch, like I guess right in the face.
Yeah, like you see his jaw go slack and he just like lands face down in the water.
She turns him over so he doesn't like drown.
Yeah, Messenger, you've already knocked Hurricane back into the water twice. Serena, what's going on back there?
So I feel like Serena's been holding back a little bit because she's trying to fight with the water too, but she's not getting the control over it that she wants. And she's seeing like there's these little fights breaking out, or like her teammates have these like individual supers getting under control, but there's like this whole horde of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she starts to freak out kind of, and I am going to use one of my new powers from the Doom track that Scrat is letting me flavor a certain way. And Serena's basically starts to panic, and she feels this new power come over her, and you see her begin to shift and actually polymorph into this half snake, half woman like creature, which is what Scylla looks like in the myths. And I think she teleports herself to the edge of the water where the crowd is and just starts flailing tails everywhere, trying to knock people back.
Hell yeah.
And I would also like to note to both Renee and Scrat that fills my doom track completely.
Oh my god. Oh shoot. Wow. Oh shoot. Wow.
It seems like Doomsday is here.
So, should I...
Unleash your powers for me. Yeah, let's do it.
No, I should have used my advantage on that.
Yeah, you can do that if you like. You do each have an advantage. I didn't put it on the overlay, but why not? That's my bad for not putting it on the overlay to remind you. So yes, of course you can use it.
Still.
Oh.
I still got a 9.
Your dice are not on fire today.
No.
But still, you are this huge
Which
creature, and you're
Yes.
trying to take out multiple things. So, still pretty impressive. The water is fighting you. The water itself is like grabbing you in places and like pulling you back. But you can still do this thing. You know, you're able to knock supers into the water, and if you like, I believe skill is usually depicted with more than one head, so you could also, you know, have some bird heads.
Yeah, I think so. She's usually depicted as like either like a hydra-like creature or like a half woman, half snake with bonus snake heads. So I think we're going with half woman, half snake with bonus snake heads.
It's beautiful in my mind. I believe another one of the Scrap fam often asks, you know, would you smooch a monster? And here we are answering the question.
But I think she has, because like, in part because of the role and in part just because this is new, I think she's really freaked out and she doesn't have a lot of control over what's happening. It's kind of like the monster's taking over a little bit.
I mean, how bad do you want that to get? Do you want there to be some sort of injuries to supers, or is that a bit much at the minute? Could that be more of a risk for an epic fail?
Yeah, I think that's more for like a fail.
Okay. John...
But I just imagine like flailing snake bits in the water.
Flailing snake bits. There's a raid cry. We pan back to John. John is running towards the supers, and one of them is like flying towards him. But as they do, it's like watching a jet fall out of the sky. As their powers just give out and they just hit the sand. John carries on running. I imagine Alyssa's not far behind.
Yeah, Alyssa's not far behind and so ready.
You see Copper Man, who is rusting terribly. Yeah, Copper's more reactive. He tries to come forwards as well, and as he gets closer, his technology just starts giving out. It's really weird. As he also hits the ground, as he's now just a man wearing a 1-ton suit. Who else was there? I thought of so many good names and immediately forgot them.
Captain Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Captain Puerto Rico's photo there.
Oh, yeah. Captain Puerto Rico runs forward, which in my opinion is often how Captain America is depicted anyway. Look at his costume and tell me I'm wrong. He runs towards John, and he just becomes like a normal man. And as he doesn't stop or anything, John just football tackles him. There's a look of shock on Captain Puerto Rico's face as he's easily tackled, but he might need a hand here, Alyssa. This one's stopped his run.
Ugh, okay. Yeah, Alyssa... Well, she's running up behind him, so I feel like... she'll just like splash some water, like her hand, just like splash it at Captain Puerto Rico's face just to distract him long enough to let Dalky get off him and go.
Are you doing the thing that Alice was doing in Weave and drowning people?
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna like hold a bubble around their head. I'm just gonna like splash his face a little bit, like startle him and distract him.
Just waterboard him. Got it. Okay. Well, yeah. Funnily enough, when your opponent's being waterboarded, it's a lot easier to beat them in a fight. So he just shrugs off Captain Puerto Rico and carries on his run towards Poseidon.
Alyssa draws the water back in to form her hand again and keeps running and just kind of says, sorry.
As John is running away, you can hear behind you the sounds of the supers getting back up.
Okay.
Amazing Man starts flying again.
Okay. How close are we to Poseidon?
Very close.
Just gonna keep going. Alyssa still feels like she can use her abilities at this range.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
In fact, no matter how close you got to John, you felt like you could still use your abilities.
That's nice. That's good. Good boy. Okay. Alyssa's gonna keep running after him then.
Let's pan around. Let's go to everyone else. Messenger and Bamfman. Hurricane is out and in the water now. You've knocked them down a couple of times, and they're just wet, and they just don't want to fight. You know, like when you've had your head held in the water for a bit by a bully, and you're just like, just leave me alone. That's where Hurricane is right now. Oh, okay. That was just a flashback from my childhood. Carry on. I had a healthy childhood, I promise.
Yeah,
My brother was 12 years older than me though.
Well, I guess we'll just be looking to see what the next superhero who's around is and try and do a similar strategy because it seemed to work. Okay.
Sure. Well, you can see Amazing Man, Captain Puerto Rico, and Copperman all chasing after John and Alyssa. However, the rest of the supers seem to be focused on Ascension? Question mark?
Yeah. Lila will kind of look between the two spaces and kind of. She looks like she's got that. And like gesturing Bamfman, she'll teleport after John and Descent and try and get like slow down, stop Amazing Man, Captain Puerto Rico, I forget who else was there. And what I'd really like to do is, I know that Captain Puerto Rico carries like can't think of anything clever at all. I guess a shield. But maybe it's in the shape of a triangle or something, I don't know.
Does anyone know if there's like, I don't know, a traditional weapon of Puerto Rico or something like that? I'm going to show my lack of culture here, I don't know. No. We'll go over shield. Most places have shields or bucklers or something.
Yeah. And Lila wants that shield. She wants to bamf and kind of like hit the shield out of his hands and then kind of teleport it so that it's going to fall on top of Amazing Man. That's what I'd really like to do.
Sure thing. Well, this sounds like directly engaging a threat, so you have a choice of danger or freak out to use.
Freak is definitely better for me. Okay. Okay, I'll take it. So maybe I get the shield, but I can't get it to fall on top of, oh no. I was thinking I don't get fall on top of Amazing Man, and instead it falls on top of Bamf Man, but that's sad. I don't want that to happen.
Oh no, that would be a fail. So you
Okay.
can definitely wrestle the shield away, but Amazing Man is literally flying, so that will be the problem here. Is that you would have to bamf quite high up, but you managed to get the shield. But Captain Puerto Rico and everyone else is still on field. Jillian,
Yes.
you see the same thing. You've knocked out the Incredible Bulk, but these three supers were harassing Alyssa and John. It looks like Copperman still is harassing Alyssa and John, but Messenger and Bamfman are trying to waylay all of them, it looks like.
So I'm gonna use one of my powers, which is called In a China Shop, which is basically when I directly engage someone, I cause a lot of collateral damage. And so my hope is that I'm gonna run in there and directly engage with, who did you just knock over, Lila? The amazing man?
Captain Puerto Rico, I think.
Captain Puerto Rico. So I'm gonna go over there, and I think what I want to do is grab Amazing Man by the ankle and start swinging him around and hitting everybody else with Amazing Man.
Sure thing, yeah. Directly engage, right? So that would be a danger roll, please.
Yes. All right. Oh, it's a 6. That's really sad.
Yeah.
Can I use my... We all have advantage still?
You do have advantage. Rock gifted an advantage to everyone, so you can use your advantage if you like.
I think I might, because I really want to use Amazing Man to hit everybody.
Valid.
Oh no, I rolled a 6 again.
The dice
Bad
say
luck.
no, though. So I think what happens is, with your strength, you grab Amazing Man, but Amazing Man just starts flying and you're not angling.
Excellent. All right.
Can I
We're gonna
help
have to-
snatch the Amazon out of the air?
Possibly. It will mean disengaging from some of the supers that you're currently tying up, including the Balverine. You've got... there was a whole bunch more there. You know, all of these Red Jacket, who is now the size of 10. You know, they've enlarged to massive size. Also, Bumblebee, who is being very small and like trying to sting at you.
Yeah, I think I would try and kind of help the Amazon get out of the air because she is more effective on the ground. And basically just try and like snatch her out of the air with my tail.
Okay.
Oh no! That was bad.
It's not gone well. Describe what happens.
So I think she tries to kind of snatch her out, but she doesn't know how to control the tail. And so instead she hits them flying and just sends like thwacks both of them really hard and sends them flying away instead of actually like grabbing anything.
I think on a miss, Jillian, can you make me a danger roll or a freak roll to try and keep your grip?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you keep your grip easy. So as Ascension knocks you both flying further away, you can grip on tightly, and there's no way that Amazing Man can drop you or extricate himself from you. And in fact, in the resulting turmoil in the air, you can get a better hold on him. So you're not just holding onto an ankle, you can hold onto shoulders or something else.
Oh, yes. I'm like climbing up him.
Yeah, it's a full hit. You can definitely do that.
Excellent. Can I start doing one of those like slaps to the face?
Yes, of course. They are trying to defend, because this roll was just for grip, so we'll resolve that shortly. In the meantime, let's go back to John, who stands at the water's edge and just looks at his looks at Poseidon and says, "This is the end, Dad." And Poseidon
Alyssa barrels past him and says, "Yeah, Dad," and just like tries to tackle him into the water.
Poseidon was already in the water.
Oh, Poseidon's already in the water, then just jumps into the water. Like.
And as John says, "This is it, Dad," and starts really focusing on all the things that terrify him, and as Alyssa runs by, that really helps. You see for a moment the facade sort of drop, and it looks like Poseidon again. But the green in his eyes flickers out. The water stops being controlled. And this tidal wave, which is standing probably about as high as a skyscraper, if not a little higher, it's a hell of a tsunami, starts moving towards Star City as it is no longer being held back.
Alyssa draws every ounce of power that she has, including the resources that she has at her disposal, the energies of every hero currently in contact with the water, including Poseidon. Because stealing energy from people is one of those things that she just does. She tries not to, except that one time she accidentally stole some from Jillian while they were doing hair. But, hey. And, this is a lot of things, actually. So first of all, I'm pretty sure that with the amount of people that, this entails, I am now also clicking to fill my Doom track entirely. And I am rolling essentially to unleash my powers in, what's the word? It's overcharge is what it's called. The full capacity of my incredible powers to reshape my environment, overcome an obstacle, and I am drawing every energy that I possibly have, drawing on all of the emotions that I currently have, and my face is set in this just firm line as I try to steal every ounce of power I can from Poseidon particularly, and push the wave back normally. And I am also going to call advantage here because I want this to work. I don't know if I need to roll that one again.
Oh my!
So the way overcharge works is I also get to add the conditions that I have, as well as the +1 forward I took from Game Face, so it's a lot.
You could say it's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a heck of a lot.
I believe that's the highest roll of the game.
That is the highest roll of the game, possibly on the most important roll. You fully absorb Poseidon.
That's weird, but cool.
You can feel the part of him which isn't human, the part which identifies him, going somewhere else as you take all of his worldly powers.
I channel that immediately into all of the water surrounding me currently, trying to just pull and tug and move so that the wave doesn't crash into the city. It flows into the city, flows back to where it's meant to be.
Do I have permission to break everyone's heart with my doom right now?
Yes.
So Serena's doom being full is that she loses that connection with her sister. And so I think the way this plays out right now is that Serena is in the water and Alyssa doesn't recognize her in this monstrous form. Alyssa doesn't recognize that she's pulling energy from Serena too. And it drains Serena and she collapses.
Alyssa has no idea. I will say though that because of the former discussion about like not killing people, Alyssa's trying to like
it doesn't kill her, she's just
alive.
like
right
really hurt.
I just want to make that clear for anyone who might have just jumped in. Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
Cool. So yeah, Ascension hits the deck, but Descent doesn't seem to recognize her. In the air, Jillian and Amazing Man are probably the only two that haven't been endampened. And as you are slapping him, his eyes are like turning like normal, and he like is like, but stop, go, jump. Would you? What? Do you stop slapping him at any point? Like he's not really fighting anymore. He's just trying to like.
Yeah, I think if he like puts me down, I'll stop slapping him.
Well, he's like trying to hold you, but like he's used to like saving people, so he's trying to hold you in like a saving person sort of way, and you're kind of gripping onto his shoulders, and he's not really sure what's going on.
And he's no longer green-eyed at this point.
He's not green-eyed.
Oh, then I stop slapping him.
Ow! What's going on?
Sorry, sir. That's going on. You were possessed by evil people. Long story. We'll talk about it, but save the world. Big tidal wave. Can you put me down?
Yes. Yes, I can. As he flies back down to the beach and puts you down ahead of the water. Lila and Bamfman, you have done your job, and you are also not wet. But Copperman and Captain Puerto Rico also sort of like come round and are looking mostly at Skiller, who is currently a large beast creature thing, and they're like sort of like, well, I'm not even going to try and do a Puerto Rican accent. I've never even heard one. Like, what's going on? What's happening?
End of the world, typical stuff. Yeah. Are you with us or against us?
Are you answer me this. If you had the opportunity to save the world, would you?
Oh,
that's what we're
stole
doing.
my line.
Then yes, I'm with you.
All right, score. If you see anyone with green eyes, take them down.
Green eyes bad.
Yes.
Copperman's like, I've already got green eyes.
Glowing green eyes. Also, that monster thingy, that's a good one. Pointing at Serena.
Oh, we should probably pull the Balverine off of them.
Yep.
And they rush to aid the other superheroes and rescue things. Serena, you we'll get to you in a minute. Alyssa, you can start letting the water down safely and even control it so that it's not drowning the supers below you. But this is a pretty save the day moment right now.
Yeah, I think that the water flows back to where it should be. Alyssa tries to avoid her friends as much as possible and give them like the time to move with the water and with the tide and get to safety as she directs it into place. And as she feels it's in as best a position as she can get it, she lets go. And she starts to sink down into the ocean.
Okay, so sinking down into the ocean. John is looking around. He's sort of like looking to the other supers. Kind of a mixture of awe and disbelief is on his face as everything's kind of sinking in what they've just done. The other supers are stopping the Balverine from trying to cut Serena into pieces. When you go unconscious, Serena, do you think you hold on to the ability, or do you start to transform back into...
I think she starts to slip back. Because Serena only really has her powers through her sister. So having that tie between them severed, I think she would start to lose them.
Okay. Would you like to wake up and be carried back to the beach on your own, or would you prefer to be saved?
I think someone would have to help her get out of the water. I don't think she would be able to do it on her own. Right.
Yeah, sure. Captain Puerto Rico puts an arm under you and starts carrying you back towards the beach. As you are going and you're sort of like half with us, you get a text from Maddie. Do you think you're in a good enough state to read it?
Probably.
Oh, internet freeze?
Well.
Yeah,
I'm
you
back.
froze up there. I
I'm
didn't hear you.
back.
Yeah, you're back. I didn't hear your response there.
I think she'd be able to read it. She's like woozy. She's like,
Just making my way to the bridge.
I think she just responds like, everything's gonna be fine. No punctuation.
Immediate response back. Are you okay? I imagine no
Yeah.
punctuation is a tell. Like, how do you know if I've been kidnapped? I stop using punctuation. Like,
I use a semicolon incorrectly. Oh wait, that's just me. Never mind.
okay, so where do we want to set the next scene? Open floor. We've got around half an hour. I want to wrap up all the scenes that we want to wrap up in this. Prom. Prom's a strong candidate. Is there anything else? I'm sort of half looking at Descent because I know their Doom track's full.
Alyssa never resubmerged.
So the next scene is almost certainly on the beach then, as John is looking for Alyssa.
I think we're all looking for Alyssa.
Yeah, I think Serena would sit up. She's like sitting on the beach basically. And she's be like, has anybody seen Liz? No? Has nobody seen Liz?
John will be around. Like I've been looking for her everywhere. I can't see her.
I don't feel her anywhere. That's never happened before.
Can you like lift the water again and find her?
I mean, normally when she runs away, she goes and hides in our place, and I can go see if I can find her there. But that's I don't know. I don't even know if I can get there right now. Normally I can feel when she's there. We could text her too.
I don't have a phone.
You can use mine. It's waterproof.
I send a text to Alyssa that says, "Hey, where are you? You saved the day!" 2 exclamation marks.
There's no response.
Does the message even deliver?
Probably not. I don't know how far cell service goes out into the ocean.
Message doesn't deliver.
It didn't send.
That's weird. I'll see if I can find her. And Serena's gonna reach to like the nearest like drop of water and try to pop through it. But unlike normal, I think I'm gonna roll to see if she actually can. Oh.
And what is it you're trying to do exactly?
Go and visit their sanctuary. To see if Alyssa's there.
On a full hit, you said you lost your powers, right, when Alyssa left? Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, so she's severed from Alyssa, and their whole backstory is that Serena has the powers because of Alyssa.
So on this full hit, you know that place does not exist anymore.
She can't be in the sanctuary, it's gone. It's all gone. I can't even see it anymore. I mean, if I can't get to her and you guys, it's not like any of you can go swim out into the middle of the ocean and hunt around. I think we just have to hope that she comes back.
I'd like to pan up. The next few weeks are hard. Really hard. Serena, your mother and father are torn up. The worst thing about losing someone at sea is you never know. You don't know if they're alive. You don't know if they're dead. You don't know if they're just surviving somewhere and someone will find them and they'll reappear. Your body knows it should grieve, but you keep hanging on to that hope. Your household is a mess. As your mum and your mother and father, they go through a really rough time with this. Especially having a child missing. You know, just about to make a comeback for their swim meets and everything else. So much potential lost. It's horrible. Even for you all, for the team, including Bamfman, Messenger, and the Amazon, there's no message, no word. All you can do is hope.
It was me.
It's okay.
I lost the bet.
So, and there's search parties that go out. People, there's a whole article after article, is made. Serena will see a lot of it firsthand. The paper runs a lot of stories like heroes behind, tsunami, fake tsunami.
So, do you want to be a mage or a fighter? I can show you how to be a shield.
They're painted in a very bad light, actually. No help with the evacuation. Millions of dollars cost for fake tidal wave.
Looks like we got a new friend.
I think
Raiders, thank you.
through all of this, Serena just kind of wanders around. And everywhere she goes, she has like an open glass of water with her. And so like every time you see her somewhere, she has like this bottle of water basically that she unscrews the top of and sits on the counter next to her.
Maddie doesn't know what to do with you. She tries to help, but ultimately you're going through a grieving process. She knows you just need time, but she's there for you and just tries to help you out. How do the rest of you respond? The Descent, Alyssa, she doesn't come back. It's been weeks. Lila, Jillian?
I I think Jillian tries to go back to her activities, but it's not great. She's like dropping people at cheer practice and like not memorizing her lines. But she's pretending it's all okay.
Feeling your loss, the Revengers offer you all better schooling for your superpoweredness to get your license, not just agency stuff.
Lila turns it down. She isn't sure she wants to be a super anymore. She just kind of goes back to how she was and doesn't really talk to anybody else. And she gives up track.
I think Serena is willing to take the offer, but she shows them that like she can move a few drops of water around, but she can't do anything like she used to be able to do before. She can't.
And
really.
you know, they say the things that they always say. You know, that you need time.
And I think she like knows better. I think Serena knows that that's what the things that they say, but she can feel like that source of her power is not there anymore. But it gives her something to do to go to the lessons.
One day when Lila goes to her locker, after having secluded herself, there's a note in there from Leslie.
She'll read it.
It says you're a hero too.
Lila will just kind of look at it for a little bit. And tear it down the middle. And drop it off in the trash can that she walks past. And she'll go home on Flitter that night and just kind of like scroll back through all the conversations of the tidal waves and all of the comments on what the supers were doing and why weren't they there, and it's a miracle no one was hurt, even though like nobody really knows, I imagine, the details of what happened. And
yeah, you can probably see the articles. You know, the ones that don't really have any substance. They just make a lot of assumptions, and it's more what the writer thinks than what actually happened.
Yeah. And then she'll start looking for the articles on superhero registration. And I imagine because the supers weren't really and didn't do anything, that has kind of calmed down in the last couple of weeks. That people aren't up in arms about it, especially because it doesn't seem that there was a ton of destruction caused by the tidal wave or by superheroes who are brainwashed. And she'll start reading through some of those. And she'll find one that's a petition that people can sign to have the superheroes registered. and she'll start to complete the form to sign it. And then close out of her phone and leave it incomplete.
When prom night comes, who attends?
And does
Sure.
Serena have a glass of water with her?
I think Serena would go. I think Maddie would drag her there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Maddie would have given her much of a choice to back out at that point. I think they would have spent the last few weeks actually with Maddie dragging Serena around, going to get dresses and get shoes and do everything. And I think she probably like does something like she wears Serena like wears a regular prom dress, but she steals a pair of Alyssa's like combat boots or something and wears them with the dress instead of her own shoes. And I think she's still like, I think her and Maddie have probably actually gotten in arguments about this glass of water that she has to bring everywhere. And so
Does she have it with her while she's getting ready?
Yeah, so she would have it with her when she's getting ready, but she would have agreed to Maddie to not bring something to prom.
I think as you're getting ready, you hear something from the glass of water. Serena?
Liz?
Hey! I'm thinking about you tonight. Cheering for you.
Everybody
Maddie.
thinks you're dead.
I mean, I can't come home, Serena.
Why not? Lila's a mess. Jillian, too. All of us are. Mom and Dad, they don't know what to do. They think you're drowned.
I don't know what to tell Mom and Dad. I can't talk to Jillian or Lila. And it's amazing I got through to you. So, can you just tell them I'm still part of the team?
Yeah, I can tell them, but what? Where are you?
I think I'm gonna be down here for a while. I think I have to keep Poseidon trapped like he used to be in the pond. Tell John I would have said yes, totally. I guess tell Mom and Dad I love them. And can you come and visit me sometimes at the beach?
Yeah, I can come to the beach.
I'll know you're there.
Liz,
I don't think I'll be able to talk to you. It's hard, but I'll know you're there.
Liz,
Yeah,
we're gonna figure this out.
okay.
You just hold on, and we're gonna come and get you.
I'm holding on. I'm holding on with everything I've got.
I love you, baby sister.
I love you. I love you so much. I think about you all the time. And I'm really thinking about you tonight.
I know.
Can you imagine if I'd actually gone to prom?
I'm wearing your shoes.
Stop, that's too cute.
They're really not, though.
Hey, I look good in them.
Yeah, you do, but I don't.
That just makes it even more special.
I'm gonna get the team together. And we're gonna figure this out.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
You just hold on.
Okay. For tonight, though, try to have fun. I miss you.
I miss you.
And then I think that whatever water was in the glass, which I think rippled every time Alyssa spoke, goes still.
And Serena immediately pulls out her phone to set that group chat that I think has been silent for the last few weeks. And messages Lila and Jillian and just says, I think I just heard from Alyssa, and I think we have some heroing to do.
And Jillian, who's not at prom, who of all of everybody else has really taken up with her lessons and is probably getting her license soon, text back, I'm in.
Lila doesn't have to respond right away if she doesn't want to.
She definitely sees it. And she doesn't know how to respond. And she thinks, especially with prom night, she can probably get away with not saying anything right away.
And I think Serena wants to respect the silence, but after a little while, she sends a message, and maybe just straight to Lila, that just says, like, the team is here when you're ready. And she would just leave it at that if Lila doesn't respond.
I'm trying not to be all angsty. Lila would probably message back after a little bit. Something like, she'll say, nope, I guess she doesn't say anything because she's got nothing. She types a couple of things, and then, like, the first one will start out like, we need to save Alyssa, and then backspace, and then, like, a whole team is a good team, and then backspace, and then it starts out like, but what about next time, and then backspace, and she can't put anything in the text, and so she leaves it.
since it's prom night and I assume Lila isn't going, may I suggest that as she's trying to find answers, she might be looking through her grandfather's stuff?
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you like, you could find a journal that he kept. Well, it's more of a scrapbook than anything else. There's some pictures in there of him when he's younger with various teams, as they sort of, change through the years, and different costumes from like the very early 20s. The plastic shoulder pads and like the faux leather.
Love it.
All the way up to his latest, which was much more formal as he got older. Almost more like a business suit than a true superhero thing. At the end, you find a few notes that he kept. And you find a section where he talks about the struggle of being a super and loss and difficult decisions. It just says the difference between heroes and villains isn't that they want to save the world. Everyone wants to save the world. The difference is villains like using their powers. We'll pan away to an estate where John Dalkey sits on this prom night. Who knew that? Chief cheerleader and the quarterback not going to prom night. No one really knew that John and Alyssa were a thing. No one really except Gillian. And obviously her sister. But the school, in general, has no idea, and a lot of them are confused about where John is. John is guiltily looking through a scrapbook that he had made a long time ago, with lots of pictures of Alyssa. And just sobbing.
Thanks, Creeper.
I think at least Gillian and Serena are eventually get their licenses, right? You guys keep studying and do it. Lila, that's up to you. You can do that as well if you like, but I don't want to make any decisions for you. And essentially, you've almost got honorary positions with the Revengers, like, waiting for you, thanks to the events on that day, where they very much see it as, once they looked into it and asked, there would have been interviews and things once you guys were ready, where they asked you a whole bunch of questions, and they essentially decide that you saved them.
Sorry, I was muted, but I said, yeah, we did.
The same thing awaits Lila if she wishes to take it, but they don't know how to find her. She's kind of a loner at school, so...
She doesn't take it.
No.
But eventually she'll reply to the group text message and say, okay, how do we help Alyssa?
And I think that is the perfect bittersweet ending to end the campaign on.
I'ma keep crying.
Okay, so players, I'll offer you this now. Before we wrap up, do we want to take a 5-minute break to compose ourselves?
I'm gonna be crying anyway.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I've been crying for the last half hour. I'm not gonna stop right yet.
Yeah, like even a 5-minute break, I'm just gonna come back with tears on my face. So.
But I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much.
Okay. Then, obviously, we do have credits to roll, but since this is the last episode, I think it's only fitting that we go around and talk about the campaign. Normally, at this point, I say, "Hey, what was your favorite bit?" But instead today, I might just ask your feelings here at the end. How you feel about the whole thing. Why don't we... I'm not gonna... okay, since that question is so vague and open, I'm not gonna pick on anyone. You can go in any order you like.
Oh.
First of all, I would like to say I don't know what else I expected when somebody picked the Doomed as their character. Like, this should not have been a surprise.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't know what it would be until the end, but I think it was. I think it was good. I do want to say I feel like I have a lot of emotions to sort through, but it was an honor and a privilege to play Kelly's sister all season, and I loved getting to roleplay with all of you. But I particularly loved getting to like explore that relationship, and I love playing like with established relationships between characters, and I think that it was really fascinating to dive into their sisterhood throughout this season.
Oh.
Also, Faye, thank you for letting me steal your NPC.
I didn't want him at the end. I was too scared of everything. This is the first time I've ever cried playing a TTRPG. I guess it's not really tabletop. It's the first time that, well, out of like, not like true tears, out of like really sad emotions.
Yay.
Which is great. It was so cathartic.
Renee tends to do that to people.
Well, most games are just like happy and like fun.
I'm okay with that as a brand.
I know there's sad music playing right now. I had happy music if it went happy. So all of you are aware, I came in with a completely blank sheet today. The 2 words that I told you I wrote were name and motivations, and that was it. Really, I 100% just followed the story you guys wanted to tell today.
Yeah.
But
I think the story made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was anything that was like pushed or pulled to try and garner an emotional response. I think it just happened naturally, which I really appreciate. I'm with Faye. This is the first time I've ever cried in a game, and I cried a lot, and that's okay. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Lila definitely made me cry at the end. Her being the most team-oriented team member to throwing away the "you're a hero" thing. Like, I lost it again at that.
I loved all the character growth that we had.
Yeah.
Jillian with machine guns was one of my favorite parts.
Awesome.
Lila with the hero hand cheers. That was great.
Yep.
Yeah. It just seems like it was one of those things that she like had set as a goal, and then the goal got shaken and she didn't know what to do. So it made sense. After I talked to Poseidon, I was planning on trying to find a hole in the ground to talk to Hera, but I guess that wouldn't have worked so great.
Mom! Come deal with him!
Yeah. Well, were all a pleasure to roleplay with, and a pleasure to DM for. I truly did feel like just another player at the table the whole time. You all are so creative. You gave me so much energy throughout this season, even when I've been like freaking out and super stressed. You guys have been absolutely wonderful, and yeah, I think we created something special here. This was nice.
Yeah.
I
won't
got
let
to
go.
turn into a monster.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Kelly
was
did
awesome.
the classic Scrap thing to me. She messaged me, like halfway through the game, like, "Can I do this?" And I was like, "Yay! My brand! It's rubbing off on people! Yay!"
Oh. And I just shot you a message that's like, Melissa's not coming back.
Yeah. I was actually, I'm sorry it got really sad with the missing Alyssa there. I was actually drawing on something that happened to me way back.
Wow, all this gold is for me.
Thank you very much, Rock, for filling up the rest of the goal, donation goal today. Thank you so much. I was drawing on essentially my sister lost her fiance in the he was out serving in a war. I won't give details or anything, but essentially he wasn't on a fighter or anything like that. He was just an information collector in a helicopter, and they crashed over sea, and they couldn't find the body for 14 weeks, and that limbo of not knowing whether they are dead or alive really does tear you up.
Yeah, on that note, thank you all so much for sharing in those emotions with me. I know it was a bit of a surprise, and I definitely started today hoping for a happy ending. So thank you all for like taking that in stride and sharing that experience and being an awesome team of role players and superheroes.
Yeah, you're all superheroes. Like, real life superheroes.
You're a hero. There's a note in your locker that says so.
I think that's where we're going to wrap, guys. We'll be back next season with more new things. We'll be back in half an hour, just under, with the finale of Eden. And if you think this is good, watch out for Alice, because Alice is one heck of a storyteller, and I know she's got some feels prepared.
If you want to see me cry again, tune back in half an hour. I'm gonna go fix my makeup only to ruin it again.
Drink some water.
Drink some water.
Until next time, everyone, keep on evoking emotions, and lots of love to all of you out there. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.